statewide movement to get businesses involved with schools has a new role model.
City leaders are recruiting Main Street and beyond to help their schools in reading. In fact, we were so impressed with what's going on in Payson. We flew Chopper 5 for a visit.
From the air, the welcome for our Read Today initiative was obvious. We flew in Payson Mayor Rick Moore to see what's going on the ground at Parkview Elementary. He attended this school along with his kids and now grandkids, which helps explain why he and the city manager have gone door to door through town recruiting business support for reading.
With everybody working together, I think that will help everybody read more.
Awesome, thank you. Getting this hero's welcome, business leaders, even Miss Payson, all committing to provide funds, incentives, or volunteer time to boost literacy.
Having the school right here next to all of our businesses and being a part of it is awesome.
I have a second grader here, and he was so excited about all this, and watching him when the helicopter came in was pretty neat.
At nearby Wilson Elementary, the same support.
We're excited that you guys have set a goal to read. And when you accomplish your goal, you're going to get something from us.
School leaders say they can't do it alone. They're bolstered by the response from their business community.
With their support, we've been able to see just a big difference, and it's exciting.
It is exciting. So if you have a business that you would like to support your neighborhood school, check out our website, readtoday.com.
I love how the kids spelled out Read Today.
Isn't that neat?
That was very cool.
Took some orchestrating, but they did it.
Just to have their mentality to be able to do that.
Exactly.
And, yeah, fantastic.
Hey, we do want to make note that of all the people in the state of Utah, no one pushes reading more than Deanie Wimmer, and she's here with some great news tonight. And she did bring us cookies, full disclosure here.
To celebrate.
For that compliment, but you've earned it.
Well, a year-long grassroots effort has made an impressive difference in the lives of Utah children, more than 2,000 of them. Last fall, our Read Today program paired struggling readers with volunteer tutors. The test results are nothing short of life-changing.
Guys, let's do these.
This St. George boy now tutors younger students in reading, which is remarkable considering at the start of the year he was 2 grades behind, has a father in prison, and could have easily slipped through the cracks. After a year of one-on-one tutoring, Anthony Frausto's Read Today report card at grade level. He's one of many.
Students at Riverdale, thumbs up on your reading.
We toured the state to promote and reward reading. Chopper 5 landed with the army of tutors at Eagle Bay Elementary. Their report card, 100 struggling students now at grade level. Clifford the Big Red Dog went to Wasatch, where this boy...
Reading is one of my talents, and it's the funnest thing that I ever done.
...now reads at grade level. William Penn had a family literacy night. 56 students here made the grade. This Orem boy is now reading at grade level, to his joy and his mother's relief.
I was pretty devastated. I didn't realize he was that far behind.
In all, of the 2,601 students who started the year in Read Today tutoring, 2,043 finished at grade level. Or, where 0% started at grade level, 79% finished there.
There's no way that the state can fund a one-on-one initiative.
When I think about this program, it makes me want to cry.
Those volunteers, we learned, are what made the difference. They committed to help the kids for the whole school year, and the tutoring time donated almost equals $1 million. If you'd like to join the movement to help kids in your neighborhood, go to readtoday.com. Parents all over Utah are welcoming the news that reading scores have gone up across the state, notably from 82% of students reading at grade level to this year 84% of students. This time the progress was even more dramatic among minority students, but nowhere has the progress been so successful as here in Ogden. The students here went from some of the last in the state. In fact, there were 4 schools that were at the bottom of the list, and they are now off that list and doing a great job. Dee and Odyssey Elementaries saw some of the most dramatic increases in their reading scores. Dee jumped from 42 to 74% last spring. Odyssey increased from 47 to 72%. And we are so proud of their accomplishments that we and our KSL community partners decided to throw them a party. Are we having fun here, you guys? Yeah! We are celebrating reading. We've had pizza, we've had confetti guns, and This is just great to see the community come out and support reading and have a great time. The Ogden School District faces challenges like as much, if not more, than any district in the state, from poverty to language barriers. Administrators, teachers, and parents have shown that it's possible to raise reading scores when everyone is working toward a common goal.
It's really exciting to see what's happening in Ogden, particularly. I mean, their increases were way greater, much greater than the increases we saw in the state.
Dee Elementary was the worst in the state last year for reading scores. Now in the middle of the pack, Dee has made one of the best turnarounds. Other Ogden schools, Odyssey, T.O. Smith, and James Madison, have all made substantial progress in 1 year that defies the critics. It didn't happen by accident. Sweeping measures in several areas seem to be working. First, these schools had dozens of volunteer community tutors that worked one-on-one with struggling readers. Students and tutors found it life-changing.
It helps me with words and it helps me to learn new stuff.
It was a great experience. I wouldn't have traded it for anything else that I was doing last year.
Ogden schools also had peer tutors, older kids helping younger students to reinforce reading. The district made changes, some controversial, including rotating principals for starters. 2 high school principals were called in to lead 2 of the lowest performing elementaries.
What they try to do is to match your personality and your skills to the need of the school. So they thought that I would match James Madison.
They also implemented data-driven teaching, acknowledging what they were doing wasn't working and using testing to help teachers address each student's shortfalls. It wasn't comfortable or easy, but in the end, they saw even more dramatic gains than they'd boldly predicted.
I was just so excited, and in fact, we looked on the website just last Friday, and to actually see it officially reported on the state's website, we just screamed in our meeting that we were at.
Pretty exciting for them. The lessons we learned from the principals as we talked to them were that stop blaming your conditions, your demographics. Start making sure that you have the right practices in place for the students' needs. And that's where you'll find success. And that's what they're doing here in Ogden. Now, one of the people that I wanted to talk to is Gloria Skanke with AmeriCorps. You have been in schools for a long time, and you were saying that you've never seen this kind of growth.
Not in 1 year's time. We've been doing our program for 6 or 7 years, and this past year, with just 1 year, we doubled the progress we made any other year and helped more kids as well.
What do you attribute that to? I mean, I know there are a lot of things because this whole community has come together.
Right, they have, and we've had such great volunteers that have come into the schools, and the key has been that they've been consistent in coming. They've come twice a week for 30 minutes, and that consistent practice over time is what has helped these kids improve their reading. It's been fun to watch.
Well, we appreciate the role that you've played in making sure that these tutors are trained and for getting schools on board with reading, and it's showing remarkable success.
It is, and thanks to Read Today, too.
Thank you very much. She mentioned the tutors that have come into school. There's been a small army of tutors that the last year have come into schools. They were recruited this year by the LDS Church, trained by AmeriCorps. We asked a 3rd grader from Madison Elementary and his teacher and his tutor and mother to share their experience. Now, keep in mind, most students in a year will grow about 2 levels in reading. Noah Parkinson jumped 7 levels.
I jumped 7 levels.
That's a big deal. Hold that up. That's awesome. What does that mean to you?
It's good.
I honestly didn't know what the outcome would be, but he and I hit it off right in the beginning. He started off by telling me he was a math whiz, so I knew that if he was a math whiz, he could also become a reading whiz, and he's doing very well.
When he came to the school and called me for the rest of the year, I guess, when I was reading, I got better and it was funner.
I connected with my buddy Noah, and we got to know each other and what our likes and dislikes were. Go ahead with those other words. Just start reading.
One summer day in the...
It means a lot because somebody's got more time to focus on him. Because especially like I get off of work and I got to run around and I have other kids that have other activities and I have to pick someone up, drop somebody off, and so my time's real slim in the evening. Before, he didn't like to read so much at home, and so now he will actually sit a little bit and read at home. It is a relief because most parents want their children to excel in whatever they do, and reading was one of the things he struggled with.
He's been a good student, one that makes me just want to come back again and again and again. The magician.
And we heard those kinds of stories over and over again. So heartwarming to hear, and you see that children's lives literally are transforming with the help of those tutors.